So every single day, the Democrat Party continues to fall apart. And I know I talked about this in a previous video. I believe it was yesterday, actually. That soon, I believe the Democrat Party is going to have to split. They're going to have to go their separate ways. It's just the only way it's going to work out. Well, now you have prominent Democrats. In this case, we have Rahm Emanuel. I'm sure you guys have heard of Rahm. Coming out and just basically saying that the Democrat Party is basically in the toilet. They're just spinning the bowl right now. Let's hop into this clip from Rahm Emanuel and Katie Couric. I believe that's how you say her last name. I probably butchered it, but here's the clip. Check it out.
Polls show Democrats aren't doing that well.
We got the voters right where we want them.
Why do you think people feel so negatively about the Democratic Party?
Because we earned their disrespect the hard way. Look, when your back's against the wall, you can't make a mortgage payment. You can't go to a doctor's visit because you can't afford it, or you're stealing money out of your 401k that you know is for your retirement, but you're doing it to pay your bills today. You expect the Democratic Party to show up. Two things. We told you, oh, things are great. You just don't know it yet. And B, we're running around, close schools for 2 years when you didn't have to. And then when we open them, we blow open the bathroom door in the locker room and we didn't actually worry about the classroom. We earned their anger because when they're holding on to that.
No, he's right. He's right. The Democrat Party has most certainly earned exactly what they're getting. Exactly. And I love that he said, hey, yeah, we closed the schools, and then the moment we opened them, we focused on the bathrooms rather than the academics. And he's 100% correct. 100% correct. That was one of the most effective ads in 2024. Kamala Harris cares about they, them. Donald Trump cares about you. One of the most effective ads. And it's 100% true. So they earned this. He's right.
Windowsill, with everything they got, they're digging their nails into the concrete on the windowsill or the wood. They want us to help them. And we either told them they were wrong, or B, we got ourselves wrapped around what I call a cultural cul-de-sac and kept going around in a circle talking to ourselves. This isn't that hard. Now, in 2016, I was mayor. I signed a bill a decade ago on bathroom access. Never took my eye off of graduation rates, reading scores, or math scores. I did it. It's acceptance. But we went as a party from acceptance to advocacy. That's not our role.
You mean on trans rights?
On trans issues. So my thing is, when you say, well, how did we get here? We worked really hard at it. We did things that were really ridiculous. We let a border get out of control. When it came to public safety, we talked about defunding the police. When it came to an ethnic group, we called them Latinx, and nobody else in that group ever identified themselves that way. And then rather than worry about classroom excellence, we were worried about bathroom and locker room access. So they were angry. And look at all the polling that's out there. Look at all the focus groups out there. Democrats tell you, stop talking about these cultural issues, conveying that these are priority issues, when we should be talking about raising the minimum wage, expanding healthcare opportunities in healthcare and cost control, making sure people have money for their retirement.
He's correct. In part. He started getting off into a tangent there at the end. But as far as the Democrat Party focusing completely on the wrong things, he is 100% correct. The Democrat Party focuses on a bunch of feel-good stuff. They want to tell you a bunch of fluffy, sunshine and rainbows crap to make you feel good. But in reality, when they try to, for example, make housing affordable by freezing rents, how in the world does that make housing affordable? when they talk about it's also a situation like when they talk about we're gonna tax the rich, we're gonna defund the police, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. That has a negative effect on the people who are paying the most taxes within your city or your state. And now when those people leave, which I'm going to talk about here on the second channel on Extra Rich. So make sure you guys go subscribe to Extra Rich, all right? XTRA space RICH. The link is down below in the description. So when you do stuff like that, all of the rich people leave, and now where are you going to get that tax money? Oh, we're going to tax the rich. No, you're not. You've let crime run rampant. You've already taxed the crap out of them. They're sick and tired of it. They up and leave. You've already made this expansive budget to spend money on this, spend money on that, spend money on that, and now you got to cover the gap. So where do you get the money from? The people that you told you were going to help. Now they have to cover more. That ain't gonna work. Good luck. Good luck. But, you know, he's not the only person that is sounding the alarm on the Democrat Party. There are others, like this guy.
It is also the first time that fewer than 37% of Americans in a presidential election have identified as Democrats. Americans are abandoning the Democratic Party, which has been the plurality, the majority party in this country for the last century. They're abandoning the Democratic Party because the Democratic Party is moving, as to quote Gene Kirkpatrick in 1984, so far left, they've left America. That is independent of Donald Trump. That's been going on for the last 10 to 15 years. And if Donald Trump had, God forbid, been assassinated on that field in Butler, all of those things would still have been true. What Donald Trump did was do something that in 2016 was considered anathema, which was talk a language that was not part of the Republican Party orthodoxy, which found an audience among the very people in the working classes who were growing dissatisfied with it. And so what Donald Trump was able to do was reap what was being sown, but he's not the cause of this. He is both a cause and a symptom or an example or an effect of this. This is going on worldwide. That we're seeing the same sort of people moving from left to a populist, non-dogmatic right pretty much everywhere. And the size of it differs from country to country.
100% correct. And I love when he said, you know, the left is moving so far left that they've left America. He is on point with that, because that's exactly how it definitely feels sometimes. When you hear these leftists talk and you see them marching out in the streets yelling about something else, it feels like they've just gone so far left that they've just left America, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Especially when you consider how much they hate America. They might as well leave, goodness gracious, as much as they say that they hate America.
Here are some reasons why America is done with the Democratic Party. Your claims of eat the rich or tax the rich don't add up when you're going to rallies like the No Kings rallies that are paid for by, billionaires. You can't advocate for children's rights when a child who can't get a driver's license yet can get gender reassignment surgery. No one believes you're an anti-fascist when all you do is use fascist tactics on everyone who disagrees with you. You can't scream, my body, my choice, when it comes to unaliving your own child, but yet preaching for people to wear a mask, get a jibby jab, stay away from their loved ones, or you'll call the police that you want to defund.
On point. On point. You know, these leftists, hey, defund the police, defund the police. Something goes wrong. Call the police, call the police, call the police. It's absolutely hilarious. And one of her other points, I've talked about that extensively, right? You can't scream my body, my choice when it comes to abortions, but then when, you know, us folks on the right don't want to get the jab, you can't be out here, oh, well, we're gonna shame them, we're gonna do this, we're gonna all that my body, my choice stuff goes right out the window. Oh, well, you're putting other people at risk. My body, my choice. They don't stand on anything. It's absolutely crazy, man. It really is. Absolutely crazy. Man. But that's the Democrat Party for you. falling apart day by day. You would have thought that the bleeding would have stopped by now, especially in a year like this year, where you got midterms coming. The party in power should lose in massive numbers. We're not seeing those numbers. We're just not seeing it. Gas prices have been, I mean, way up there. So you would think that they would have been able to take advantage of that, while gas prices are high, because they're going to come down. Uncle Trump is going to figure that out. I don't doubt that. But you would have thought they would have, capitalized on that in some way, shape, or fashion. And yet they haven't. And they've thrown everything, including, like I said before, taking some of our biggest voices on our side of the aisle, right? The Candace Owens of the world, to be one of them. Megyn Kelly, Alex Jones, and flipping them. However they did, I don't know. But flipping them. And it still has not worked. I know internally, I would love to be a fly on the wall in some of these Democrat meetings where they're just where they're discussing, everything that they've attempted to do, accusing Trump of doing exactly what it is that they're doing, taking some of our biggest voices and flipping them, dragging Trump's name through the mud day after day after day, dragging him in courtroom after courtroom after courtroom. Literally the house and the kitchen sink included. I mean, they're just throwing everything to try to stop this movement, and literally nothing is working. I would love to be a fly on the wall just to eavesdrop on that conversation, because I think it would be absolutely hilarious to watch them panic behind the scenes. I think it would be absolutely hilarious. Because trust and believe, it is going to be a major story when, for the fourth time in a century, the party in power keeps the power, post midterms. That is going to be a major story and a major, major blow to the Democrat Party. A party that is already having record low unfavorable numbers from their own party members, right? From their own voters. You think that's going to get any better after they lose the midterms? No, that's going to get worse. So it's just like a spiral, just spitting down the toilet. They just waiting to hit that drain pipe, right? They're just getting lower and lower in the toilet bowl. So we got to pull out the win in the midterms. That is really going to set forth. And like I said, the final nail in the coffin is going to be the presidential election in 2028. That's going to be the final nail in the coffin. Their approval numbers are going to be in the tank already, and then they're going to lose, and then it's just going to drop off a cliff. Done. Finito. Right? Finished. But as always, y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Or you think I'm crazy? Let me know. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.